I don't know what you're... I'm not fucking around. Answer the question. The boiler deck. Second deck. They're all there. Clementine, wait.
Oh, great.
It's Minnie.
Oh, this one of the sisters. Isn't that one of 10 sisters? Oh, wait. Is it? Oh. Oh, this is
After
awkward.
the attack, I wasn't sure. I mean, I heard they burned half your school down. Who survived? Ruby? Mitch? Brody? 10?
Ruby and 10 made
This
it.
is awkward.
Mitch didn't. And Brody, she died.
10's boots holding up okay?
His boots?
They're so old, there are more holes than rubber. I duct taped him up the last time I saw him, but that was a while ago. His boots are fine. You're Clementine. The girl who took over after Marlon died. It's weird. I thought everyone would want to lean on their own. Not the new kid. Violet's the one in charge. Really? The Violet I knew could barely stand to talk to people, let alone play class president. You're the one who convinced the school to fight back. From where I'm standing, that puts you in charge. Your leadership is going to get my little brother killed. Excuse me?
Well, you're not there to protect him. So...
Abel figured he could talk Marlon into handing everyone over like he and Lily did. Like they did before.
Mm-hmm.
You ruined the whole plan. What the hell? He gave you and Sophie away.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we all survived it. Marlon would have never made them fight the way you did.
Yeah, well, what
He
cost?
wouldn't have gotten people killed. Minnie, you're wrong. Clem protected us. Yeah. And how come so many people are dead? He wouldn't have gotten people killed. He murdered Brody. What?
Open your eyes.
Where's Sophie?
Open your ears.
Is she alive? She died protecting the Delta.
The Delta?
A hero. A hero? God, you...
Minerva!
Shit.
Yeah, this just complicated things a bit.
Rockingham! Finish up and head back. I want to be in before dark.
Well, we know where our people are.
Yes, ma'am. Our boat leaves for the Delta in 2 days. Then it'll be a couple of weeks before we can come back for the rest of you. When we do, don't fight. The only way you're gonna save your people is to let us take them.
Forget
I'm
that.
serious. Don't fight this. If Ten could see you now, he'd be ashamed to call you his sister.
No comeback? Ooh, that stung deep. As it should. He would be disappointed. And she should be disappointed.
Are you okay? Nothing's changed. Our plan is to get onto the boat and save our friends. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Alright. We're not
We
gonna
should head home. Start getting things ready. Get everyone caught up on the plan.
wonder if we're gonna...
Everyone except 10.
I warned you. Enough. Both of you. AJ and I will go find James.
Really, don't make me leave you here.
Good luck.
I know you're young, Willie, but I'm not gonna treat you as your age. I'm gonna treat you just like everybody else. So... don't sass me.
So, how many walkers do you think James will help us get?
We're not going to the
15,
pound.
100, 1,000.
He's not.
Clem, I don't...
Oh no.
Ow. Gunshot wound.
It feels like someone pinched me from inside.
How did that happen?
Here, let's rest a second.
How did... Wait. Oh. Is it like a appendix? Oh, this better not be an appendix thing. I'm not a doctor.
Clem,
Pinched.
I keep thinking. When Willie said all that stuff about Tin before, I got so mad. He was being mean. And Tin wasn't even there to defend himself.
I know.
I wanted to hurt him. I know I shouldn't, but
You shouldn't.
I just can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't.
I want to just punch his head. I tried breathing, kicking rocks.
Let the anger pass.
I don't like this feeling.
Think it, don't do it.
Wanting to hurt somebody.
It's okay to get mad at people. You can't help that. But those thoughts have to stay in your head, okay? Don't act on them. Ever.
Okay. I'm strong. I can control what I do,
You have to be able to.
but not what I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm mad at Tin too.
And that's okay. You're allowed to be angry.
Running out of cover when Lily attacked the school was really stupid. But he just doesn't know stuff like we do. And then Willie started yelling at him instead of helping him learn. Why don't the other kids know all the stuff we know?
Because they haven't
When
been
there's a
out
plan,
there.
you have to follow it. And when you yell at someone, it just makes them not listen.
You know, they've been through different things than we have. There's probably a lot we can learn from them, too.
Like drawing and playing the piano.
Yeah.
Exactly. We can show them how to survive, and they can teach us to be normal.
It's weird that people are so different.
Kid.
It is Erickson's boarding school for troubled youth.
You have no idea, kid.
Troubled youth. Trouble like bad? So they did bad things? Why?
Okay, sometimes they do them because bad things happen to them. I knew a doctor once, back when you were just a baby.
Oh.
He called it trauma. You have some too, you know. The thing where people can't walk up behind you.
I don't like my trauma. I want to get it off of me. How do I get rid of it? I don't even like the way the word sounds.
You find help.
It's really, really hard to do by yourself. A lot of people can't without some help.
Like from a doctor?
Sure, but those are rare these days.
Or like the school, right? It was supposed to help with people's trauma.
Yeah, it was. And now they help each other.
I really like this conversation a lot. This is a really cool
I
talk.
still like them.
I know. This is super cool. I love this. It was just...
I like Tin the most, I think. Even if he does dumb things. Actually, I think he's my first real friend.
It's alright. Colin loves me even though I do dumb things.
Oh yeah? I thought I was your first real friend.
Well, yeah, but you don't count. You're old.
Am not.
Fine. He's my second first real friend.
Yes, I did like this conversation. Okay, so he was feeling the pain because of when he got shot before. Are these James's pets? Not pets. James's graze, free-ranged walkers? Organically free-ranged walkers? There's quite a bit of them.
I don't see James. Just monsters.
James?
James?
You're hurt.
How did you get hurt, James?
Did the Raiders do this?
It looked like they had people from your school. Why are you here?
We have
Those
to
people
rescue.
you saw? We're going to save them. But to do that, we need your help moving some walkers.
I could, maybe help, but my mask is still in the camp, inside my bag. I can't pass through a herd without it.
Then we can get it, can't we? How are you?
Okay, then let's go get it.
Please, I just ask that you don't kill them. The walkers.
This
If you
makes it
distract
harder.
them, I can sneak over and find my mask.
Okay.
Distract all of them?
How do we do
Please.
that?
I'll try.
Yeah, we're gonna try, but self-defense is gonna be self-defense, James. I will try my best to do your wishes as long as it doesn't get any of us killed. E. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of walkers I need to stun. And I have to keep them stunned. Oh my gosh. How in the heck? I'm like, alright. How do I do this? I guess I have to stall. I have to stall. Alright. Let's try this again. I can walk right through you. And I'm coming this way. I have no idea if this is the right strategy to do this, but this is what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded. Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded. This is really hard, James. This is really hard. I'm trying my best to do this the way that he asked me to. This is not an easy feat. Hold shift to run. Okay. Thank you, game. I was trying to... Doggone it. Yeah, I'm just gonna have him... This is gonna take a while. The problem is I can't... It looks like I can run somewhere, but then I hit an invisible wall. The invisible walls are like killer. It's like there isn't... I feel I can run this way, but then there's an invisible wall, and I feel like I can run this way. But then there's an invisible wall. And I feel like I can run this way, but then that walker's like in my way. See, now there's another invisible wall. Good lord, that was not
How
easy
long
for
I can
me.
keep this up? Did you find your mask?
I can't find it. The horses must have... There!
Oh, shit.
We have to run.
Hey, over here!
AJ!
No, there are too many of them.
The cart. If we push it, the noise will draw them away.
The things I do to impress a cute boy. Oh, thank you. He is pretty cute though. Every walker spared equals 1 kiss, yes.
AJ, are you okay?
Yeah, no bites.
James noticed that you spared the walkers. Good. Brownie
I know
points.
it would have been easier to kill them.
Yeah,
You're kind. I appreciate it.
you're welcome.
Really.
You're welcome. Mercy. My relationship with James has changed.
Thank you for helping me get this back.
You're welcome.
Now, How will walkers save your friends?
They're
Funny you
being
asked
held
that.
captive on a boat not too far from here. We can't sneak on board without cover, not without the raiders gunning us down.
You want to use walkers to hide? To sneak on board their ship? That's insane.
It's our only chance.
I have something I need you to see, so you can understand what you're asking.
James.
I
We
probably
still need his help, right?
Yeah, we do.
James, your please don't kill walkers thing got me killed 8 times. Not cool, man.
It's safe. Just a little further.
You know, I'm putting a lot of faith in you, James, right now. Clementine doesn't like surprises. She didn't see it coming. I can't stop singing that song. Talk to James. Ooh, Salt Lick. Salt Lick.
Clem, what's this?
We know what it
It's
is.
called a salt lick.
And I know.
Salt lick. Ugh, sounds gross.
Go ahead and lick it.
Maybe it's actually good.
Please don't
like
lick.
chips.
She's already
Those are
tried
salty,
it.
right?
Whatever you do, don't lick it. It tastes horrible.
She knows
Wait a
from
minute, how do you know?
experience.
Did you lick it?
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It was I don't know. It wasn't I don't maybe, it was I don't know. That is exactly the response. Exactly the response she gave in season 1. That was so cool. Telltale Writers, that was beautiful. That is exactly what she said when she was a kid. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Nice callback. Very nice callback. Did you lick the salt lick? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Pick up the toy. Oh.
Beatnik.
Beat Nick. It's a toy made out of a beet. One of Disco Broccoli chive talking friends. One of Disco Broccoli's chive talking friends. That is amazingly amazing. Hi, James.
My people, my former people, they had a practice.
So you're storing
called it-
walkers?
Collecting.
So you collect walkers. Like your own walker farm. And you keep them in a barn. I guess to keep them from hurting other people.
They use them as a weapon. I do this to protect them. I know it sounds strange, but that's why I brought you here. To see them as I do. As people.
I don't know if
As people?
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, not people exactly. But... something in between. Part of us is still in there. Deep down. So few of us die anymore. We turn. Not dead, not alive.
I'm just gonna let him talk. I'm just gonna let him talk. He's allowed to believe what he wants to believe. I'm not
Do you
gonna.
really think there's people inside of monsters?
Somewhere. Yes. Think about it this way. Has someone you cared about turned?
Yes. Many.
Clem's friend, Lee.
And Luke.
She let him. 'Cause he was too important to her.
Do you really think there's nothing left of who he was?
I think he's dead? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry. Maybe this wasn't the best way to explain. Didn't mean to bring up difficult memories. I lived among walkers for years. Still do, in a way. When they're alone, they're harmless. Innocent. If you want my help, I need you to try and walk with them.
Oh,
Then
boy.
tell me if you really believe they're just monsters.
I've already walked with them. I've
They
rubbed
are just monsters.
I've rubbed guts on
They're
myself when
not
I was
people
8.
or friends.
I walked with them.
Clem,
She'll be safe, I promise.
this isn't smart. It's too dangerous.
She just needs to move as they do.
Lewis would do it for us.
Yeah, I guess. The first rule is never go alone.
I'm not leaving you. I'll be right back.
Find the exits.
I
Yep.
will.
Don't let fear take over.
I will. I promise.
I can't say that I believe
The
what
mask will
James
disguise
believes.
your scent, but be gentle and be quiet. Touch the wind chime. You'll see.
But, you know. Ooh, this is creepy. Ooh, this is creepy. This is really well done with the heavy breathing behind the mask. This is very well done. And it must really smell really bad. Like, I would probably throw up before this happened. Oh my. James, you are lucky that you are one really cute boy. You are so lucky you are one cute boy. So lucky. If it weren't for that, my friends are like done for. Oh yeah, he was just saying something funny there. You know, this is so scary. This is really scary, guys. I am not comfortable at all. You want me to make noise in here? You actually want me to make a noise. They really did a great job with this. It's okay to have a kink, James, but I don't think Clem is into this one. Very interesting. That was a very interesting scene.
Whoa, hey there, kiddo. It's all right. I'm fine. See?
Yeah.
No bites.
No bites.
So, do you still think they're just monsters?
I never said they were. I kept
Now
silent the
that
whole
you've
time.
seen them at peace,
I'm not
any
sure.
different at all?
I'm not sure.
I think you might be right about there being something more to them. It was kind of nice in there.
Oh,
Really? Never met someone who understood.
or at least
It's... Thank you. I'm glad.
I really want to give him a hug. He's
Have
so
you ever killed a walker before?
adorable.
I have. Many.
Have you ever killed a person?
Many.
So yeah, let's pause here because I am curious what you guys think. I thought that was a really well done scene. Like the beginning was it wasn't that long of a scene. The beginning when you put the mask on and you hear the heavy breathing and you're in there by yourself in the barn with all the walkers. It was very uncomfortable, very anxious filled. And then Clem touches the chime and all the walkers are attracted to the sound. Of course they are. And they kind of seem to be in this bit of a trance from the mere sound of a chime. So there probably is something to what James is saying in the sense that they are not, that there might be a part of like what that walker used to be still in there somewhere. Even if that's true, even if that is still the case, the fact of the matter still remains that they're dangerous. It's not enough for them. I have yet, based on my experience, in this universe, not just this video game, but also the TV show and the comics, I have yet to see a walker who did not attack someone because they recognize them. Like, it doesn't matter if you are a husband and a wife. It doesn't matter if you are a mother and a child. Heck, like, we had an instance in season 2 where the mother who just gave birth to her baby wanted to eat her own baby when she turned into a walker. So I have yet to find any walker that has been able to have enough of themselves that it would cause them to stop attacking even their own children. So they're still dangerous. So I see what James is saying. There definitely could be some semblance of what they used to be in there, but it's not enough for us to consider them harmless. Certainly not harmless. They're very, and I know he thinks that he is aware that they're dangerous, because if he didn't think they were dangerous, he would not have like been so adamant about getting his mask, because he knows that he would be a dead man if he went in there without his mask. So I don't think he's just naive into thinking that they're not, into thinking that they are completely harmless. But that doesn't mean that I will hesitate if I need to show some self-defense in attacking one, unless the cute boy asks me so I can impress him and die 8 times doing so, apparently. But what are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Do you feel like there is something still left in a walker of what they used to be, or do you think that they are monsters and should be treated as such? Clem didn't really say exactly what the choice said there. Yeah, nice pause there, Hark. Nice pause there, Hark. Perfect face for James. Actually, that is a really great... That I didn't notice that. Thank you. That is actually a really great, like, profile shot of James. Right there. Picture perfect. Picture perfect. Yeah, this was a good scene with nice music. For me, because Clem let Lee turn, my Clem doesn't want to believe that some part of him might still be locked in there, chained to a radiator. Yeah, but Clem doesn't have plot armors. She isn't in the show or the comics. Only resound Clem wasn't killed off because Telltale was threatened by the fans. Just a random synapse firing. A James attributes personification of them. Those people are gone. Random synapses firing. Yeah, it could also just be random synapses. It could be. I enjoyed the scene after a while of watching others play through it, because it still does give me anxiety, but after watching it for a while, it really is quite wonderful. My opinion, I think they don't. It was weird, made me anxious and feel like I was in constant danger, but the chime ringing made me feel strangely at peace. Walkers are dangerous, but I felt like that scene was perfectly executed to give us a little doubt. They might be something, but it's not enough for me to think bad about killing them. I agree. I believe it's simply an evolution in a way. There's no one left, but it's not necessarily a monster. Clem, you mentioned you wanted to believe that the walkers had souls. Hark, you mentioned you wanted to believe that the walkers had souls. No, I think what I had said was, my belief was, for someone like me who believes in souls, I believe in souls, I believe that when you die, your soul leaves your body. And that means that when you turn into a walker, your soul is no longer there. That is my personal belief. So I don't believe really that there's something left in the walker, as in the soul is no longer in the body. It's left the body. So I don't feel bad. This is why I don't feel bad that I left Lee and didn't shoot him in season 1, because Lee, for all intensive purposes, is not still like handcuffed to the radiator. My belief is Lee, his soul has left his body. He's gone to a better place, is what I believe. I believe has long gone to a better place, and what is still left strapped to the radiator is just his earthly body. But I don't believe that his earthly body is him any longer, because the real him, which I believe is his soul, has already left. So I personally don't believe that the walkers have souls, because I think that the souls naturally left the body upon their death. That's my personal... Obviously, I can't prove it. Not that I could prove it anyway, because this is a fictional universe. But, so yeah, I actually don't believe that walkers have souls. Nor do I want to believe that walkers have souls, because if I wanted to believe that walkers had souls, I would feel a little bad killing the many walkers that I've had Clementine kill. And of course, I would feel really bad leaving Lee, you know, handcuffed to the radiator if his soul was still trapped in his body somehow. So, I don't know, that scene was nice and all, but didn't really change anything. All you need is to make a sound and they're attracted to it. Like, that wasn't really anything special. It's just something I already know about the walkers. Again, it's my viewpoint. Yeah, it could have been like, you know, fingernails in a chalkboard, and the walkers probably would have behaved the exact same way. You know, the fact that it was peaceful sounding chimes could imply that, oh, they're so entranced by the beauty of this chime. But yes, I can pretty much guarantee you I can just like scratch my nails on a chalkboard and you'll get the exact same effect. But he thinks they are peaceful. Yeah, I don't believe that they're peaceful. James, sorry, James. You're cute and all, but I don't believe that they're peaceful. I killed Lee because I didn't want him to become a monster. I still believe that a walker is a monster. Walkers do typically react to sounds. Can we screenshot it and put it on your wall? I'm sure I can find a way to do that. James, it'll probably end up on my wall, most likely. So not entirely anything new. I don't see it. They're still dangerous and basically monsters. Just because they added dramatic music doesn't make it any different from scenes where they cover themselves with walker guts to walk through them. I think even if you believe there's something left inside walkers, it shouldn't take priority over people who are still alive. That I also agree with. I do agree with that. True. I don't want to believe in the soul and heaven, but I would be too scared by walkers and would take them out. Yeah, so it's sort of like, so I'm dealing with, this might hit a little bit close to home for some people, including myself. So, but this is something that got touched on with our surrogate. Trust me, this relates to what we're talking about. So one of the things that we had to do in preparation for our surrogacy is we had to come up with a gestational carrier or surrogate agreement contract, which specifies if this hypothetical thing happened, then we will do this. If that hypothetical, and so a lot of the hypothetical things are very extreme, but important, like what happens if, God forbid, myself and Colin die before the baby is born? Who's going to take care of the baby? Awful hypothetical situation, but the contract needs to address it, because if it does happen, they need to be able to know who's taking care of this new child if we're no longer around. So another hypothetical situation is, what if there is a complication in the pregnancy that puts our surrogate's life in danger. When there are cases where the surrogate's life in danger, the surrogate's life does not, the surrogate's life takes precedence over the unborn child. And I think even without a surrogacy, I think that is a pretty common legal practice. I think that by law, I think you are required to keep the mother or the carrier, the person bearing the child, alive, even if it means losing the baby. I think that's lawfully how it works. So that's the thing, is that yes, there's, if you believe in souls, or there is something, the baby is life, but because of the pregnancy, it is a threat to the mother or the carrier. Most situations, I think legally, the doctor is required to save the mother or the carrier and let the baby go. It's awful, terrible, awful situation. And the reality is it happens sometimes. We don't want it to happen, obviously, but it does. So it's sort of like that. Like the walkers themselves, even if they have souls still in there, or if something is still in there, that isn't enough to like take precedence over them, over someone who's already alive, I guess, is the best analogy thing. It doesn't fit perfectly now that I've talked through it. It doesn't exactly fit perfectly, but that's what came into my head, since we just dealt with that recently with our gestational carrier contract, since it's relevant with what's happening right now in my life too. I do want to believe in a soul and heaven, but I would be too scared by walkers and would take them out. Living people definitely should take priority. I would be too scared not to. Fear for them is reasonable. They want and attempt and sometimes succeed in killing living people. Believe they're passed on when they die or turn. If you believed walkers and had souls, you'd be on the same footing as James. James was voiced by Johnny Young Boosh and is amazing VA and very cute in real life. Cool. Johnny Young Boosh. Is that the Power Ranger? Johnny Young Bosch is the Power Ranger, isn't it? The Black Ranger from the original? I thought that's what it was. Does that contract include a zombie apocalypse clause in the contract? Oh, I knew we forgot something, Mikey. AKA acts of God, or however you want to put it. Yes, it does include acts of God. It does, actually. Sounds awful. That's sad, but makes sense, Hark. I put my kids' lives first before my own if it ever came to it. I think most people would. I feel like there's, in certain situations, if it's complicated, because if the mother or the carrier is of right mind and body, they might ask the doctor to sacrifice themselves if it means their children will live. But I don't know what the legality is. I don't know if by law the doctor can do that legally. That's the problem. That's where things get complicated. Or what if the mother or the carrier is not responsive? What if they are like unconscious? If they are unconscious and they are, on life support, like, there is, well, actually I can explain that. In the clause, in the contract, God forbid this happens, if the surrogate or carrier, it actually says if the carrier is on life support and there is no way, the doctors have no way of bringing her back, there's no way to save the surrogate or the carrier, the contract does say in that case, yes, they will do their very best to rescue the babies and in hopes that the baby can survive if the mother and the carrier, or the mother or the carrier won't anyway. It depends. It really depends on the situation. And obviously, this is not. We can get into a conversation about this for hours. I'm not a legal person. I'm not a doctor. So I don't know anything beyond what the lawyer has talked to me about, and also the conversations that Colin and Kate, our surrogate, have had, because we have had this conversation. We talked, as dark as it is a conversation that we had to talk about, that we had to address, and we had to discuss, because again, we had to talk about our deaths. We had to be like, if I die and Colin die, this is what we want to have happen. So if both of us are in a coma, this is what we want to have happen. It's an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but it's a necessary thing to talk about for those sheer 0.001% chance that something like that would happen. But hopefully you learned something from this talk. I put my what if it put in Harry Potter terms a walker is a Horcrux and is a piece of the soul attached to them? That is very interesting thought, Mikey. That's how it works here in the UK. Mother takes priority to save first, but actually in most cases a choice doesn't have to be made because the child is already in serious trouble if it has got to that point. He also acts in a ton of anime, I think. Yep. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. Yeah, he was in Chicago in Bleach and Hajime in Danganronpa. Yes. And I know that game because I think you've recommended that to me a few times, Kenpeito Kiss. Yes, he was the original Black Ranger. Yes. No wonder. I liked him. Although I really liked Rocky a lot too. Rocky was one of my favorites from the original few seasons of Power Rangers. He was also in Code Geass. He also did the voice of Nero in the dub for Devil May Cry. Yeah, that was awesome. Apparently there was a new season. I was like, how? With the way it ended, but I suppose there's probably a focus on characters and reboot or so. I hear they made more FLCL too. It's so interesting. I'm enjoying this very much. Thank you, Hark. You're very welcome, Maddie. Hopefully this is all interesting stuff, as uncomfortable as it might be. But that's been my life for the last 3.5 years, is learning and talking about this kind of stuff. He was in lots of anime and video games, so his beautiful voice is used everywhere he is, in MKX and possibly Mortal Kombat 11. Oh, Mortal Kombat 10 and possibly Mortal Kombat 11 too. Anyone else getting a whole lot of lag? I don't know. It's a dark subject, but sometimes pregnancies go wrong and you have to be ready, and women can bleed out in. Cross our fingers that is not the case in this situation.
But that was a long time ago.
I see.
I've killed someone before, too.
AJ,
You've killed someone?
Yeah. I'm a murderer. But I'm trying to atone.
Good.
Well, that's good. I guess.
that's enough. What about the walkers? Are you going to help us save our friends?
I thought I could, but I can't. So many walkers would die. All of the death this would cause. I'm sorry, Clementine, but I can't have more blood on my hands.
You saved AJ and me because you said you didn't want us to become soldiers. What makes it okay this time? They're going to make all our friends into killers. More violence, more death.
Yeah.
And you could have stopped it.
I may be stubborn, but I'm not heartless.
Yes, don't make us steal your heart. We might have to go into his palace.
Those raiders are cruel. They force others to be the same. And if your friends are anything like you, I don't doubt they're worth saving.
That's very sweet.
It'll take some time to guide them through the forest to the shore. Others will join the herd as they go. Tomorrow night, be ready. I can't undo this.
you, James. Hopefully, this will, in the long run, cause fewer deaths, including the walkers that you are protecting.
Clem, when you said there might be people inside walkers, did you mean it? Is he right?
I want to believe it.
Well, we can't know for sure. Maybe he's right. Death might not be like we thought before the world turned like this. Maybe something is left after we die.
That sounds weird. But if you believe it, I do too.
Come on, AJ. Let's get back before it's too dark.
Yeah, I mean, neither of those choices I liked. I didn't really fully believe it. I think I partially believe James, but not completely. So there was no way for me to really, like, explain that nuance, unfortunately. So I just picked I want to believe it, but not to the
Never
point
met anyone
that
like James before.
it puts other people in danger.
I mean, he's tough. Not like you, though. He doesn't kill monsters, but he's not scared of them either.
Which is pretty tough.
He's cool.
I like him too. Hopefully we'll see him again soon.
Hey, Clem. Willie told me the plan. How'd things go with that guy?
James, he agreed to help us.
If somebody told me we were gonna sneak onto a boat in a herd of walkers, I'd have called them crazy.
Yeah.
What are you doing with those?
Oh, well, I wanted to throw one last hootenanny before the big fight.
Swear?
Huh?
It sounds like a swear.
What is that?
What the hell is a hootenanny?
It's just another way of saying party.
Oh.
I know it sounds strange, throwing a party, but people need something to lift their spirits right about now.
This could be our last chance.
I wanted to make some tea for everyone. Could I borrow your little heater thing?
What can I do?
We need to pretty up the old music room. Could you make us something colorful to hang up?
Okay, I'll be an artist.
Nice. We're gonna have a party before we might die. But we need to get our morale up. Thanks, Mom. Ruby's her mom.
I'm gonna make the
Decorations.
Decoration.
Yeah.
a decoration for the party.
Okay, I'll get the heater.
Place your collectibles before leaving. Pick up the coffee heater. Where are my collectibles? My place beat Nick. Oh, Pete.
What's his name?
Beat Nick.
That's funny.
Do you even get what the joke is?
No.
Look at the beaten Nick.
I'm gonna show him the 10 later.
That's so cool. Hey.
How's the drawing coming? Can I see?
Nope, it's not done yet, but it is pretty good.
Gonna get ourselves a hootenanny. I don't know, that doesn't sound really right, but I just said it. Getting some hootenanny. Clementine's get her hootenanny on. Sketch
How
toy.
do you play with it?
You draw pictures like this.
Cool.
Use a sketch toy. Draw from memory. Draw from memory? Oh. Draw something new. Oh. Oh, that's super cool. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know what to draw. I mean, I just drew an A for Angel Arts, basically. That's pretty cool. Oh, but I shook it. Oh, why did I shake it? Oh, it's Disco Broccoli. All right, we're keeping Disco Broccoli. That is so cool. I love that. I don't think it really would change unless she was around a lot of people with a really different accent and picked up on that instead. Hootenanny has survived in the UK. It's not a common word, but it's around. Be cool if there was Beatnik and other Disco Broccoli figures for sale or so. Oh, yes, I agree. AJ says voiced by woman. I just find that out. That is super cool. It's really hard to picture Hootenanny being said with an English accent, though. Ah, yes, it's pretty common for young male characters to be voiced by females. I can totally imagine people using this part to make post for Tumblr or Twitter. Spent a while in this and then Clem just shook all the... I spent a while in this and then Clem just shook all my hard work away. Yeah, I think that's kind of cheap. They should have just let us keep it. Before, did she draw Lee? It was Lee. Oh no, I thought it was AJ. I thought it was AJ too. I didn't know it was Lee.